Thinking back, it's almost funny how people fall in love with Barcelona. It's strange, really. No one remembers exactly when it started. One day you turn on the TV, watch a match, and before you know it, you're a Barcelona fan. For many watching today, it all began with the magic of Lionel Messi. Every time the Argentine maestro touched the ball, the crowd would erupt. He'd put his head down and just run, past one, past two, past three defenders, and by the time he looked up, somehow, the ball was already in the back of the net. And as that love grew, they discovered tiki-taka. At first, many didn't understand. Why do they keep passing back and forth? Sometimes it was even frustrating. You'd want to shout, just play it forward. But the more you watched, the more you realized. The beauty of Barcelona lay in their patience. They passed and passed, waiting for the perfect opening. Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, those three played like they had a telepathic connection. They didn't need to look, they just knew where their teammates were. They didn't need to speak, they already understood what the other wanted. They love Barcelona knowing full well that heartbreak comes with it. But in the end, isn't that what makes this love even more special? Someone once said, true love is when you still believe, even after the failures, even after the pain. They, Los Culers and Barcelona, they found each other in the simplest of ways. They loved a player and then they loved a symbol. This love isn't just about football, it's about human connection, the rawest emotions of joy and despair, of devotion and frustration, all intertwined. Culers loved the simplicity of Barcelona's football, but make no mistake, it's anything but one-dimensional. It's a philosophy deeply rooted in the DNA of those who wear the crest. Because for them, the words of the great Johan Cruyff will always be gospel. Football is simple, but playing simple football is the hardest thing. Those crushing victories, those dominant finals you witnessed under Pep Guardiola, they all stem from these same principles. The intricate one-touch passing, the mesmerizing combinations. Football so beautiful it could hang in an art gallery. Even now, when Barcelona fans think back to those moments, a smile likely forms without them even realizing. Because they know they were lucky to witness something truly special, something rare. And that's enough to bring them fulfillment. They love that tiki-taka, that elegant Catalan symphony. Throughout the club's history, countless moments have become immortalized, etched into football folklore as timeless masterpieces. From Koeman's thunderous strike at Wembley to Messi's iconic kiss on his boot in a magical May night in Rome, and Roberto's desperate lunge to complete the remontada, these moments aren't just highlights. They are timeless symbols of Barcelona's golden past, inspiring a future yet to be written. To the world, Barcelona is a footballing powerhouse, a giant of the game. But is that all? Why does this club captivate hearts in a way few others can? It's more than just trophies or legendary players. It's the legacy they leave behind, the influence they wield, the curiosity they spark. It's the unwavering unity that defines them, a spirit captured in the words, "Make a young club." Every time they step onto the pitch, they play as a family. They fight for the badge on their chest, for the land of Catalonia, for the brothers beside them. That pride, that passion, flows from the players to the fans in the stands, and even to those watching from their screens. Barcelona's history is filled with stars who mesmerize the world. But even more special, many of those stars are homegrown, nurtured by La Masia, the heartbeat of the club's identity. They may be valued at hundreds of millions, chased by Europe's biggest clubs, yet in the end, all they truly desire is to serve Barcelona. In an era where loyalty is rare, finding players who devote themselves entirely to one club is something special. Pedri, Xavi, Yamal, going further back, Messi, Alba, Piqué, some came through La Masia, others didn't. But the moment they put on the iconic Blaugrana stripes, they carried it with pride. And when the time came to say goodbye to the Camp Nou, Every one of them spoke of Barca with the same deep sense of honor. Even João Cancelo, who spent only a season at the club, once shared that his time at Barcelona was the most unforgettable of his career. Despite moving to Saudi Arabia, his Instagram profile picture still shows him in a Barcelona shirt. The same can be said for Aubameyang. He may have worn many jerseys, but when asked about his career, he called his brief spell at Barcelona the happiest time of his footballing life. But those words, those gestures, reveal the depth of their love for this club. And in turn, they make the hearts of the Culers beat stronger, love deeper, and cherish every moment, good or bad, that Barcelona goes through. Culers love Barca not just for the glory of the past, but also for the dark days of crisis. They say true love shines brightest in the storm, and for those who adore Barcelona, the hardest times have only made their devotion stronger. They have laughed and cried together because they understand the brutal truths of football. Soaring highs and crushing lows, the silent tears in Rome, the heartbreak at Anfield, the humiliation in Lisbon. These are chapters many Culers wish they could erase from memory. Yet, nothing hurt more than the day the Camp Nou's beating heart said goodbye. That fateful day, the entire city of Barcelona seemed to hold its breath. Around the world, those who loved Barca and those who worshipped Messi stood in stunned silence. He arrived and became not just the greatest player in Barcelona's history, but the greatest the world has ever seen. Yet, when he left, there were no grand tributes, no roaring send-offs at the Camp Nou, just a hurried farewell, rushed and unceremonious. That day remains a wound in the hearts of Culers, a scar that time may never heal. With him, he took the brilliance of an era, the golden chapters of a truly great Barcelona. Messi was not just a player, he was the very reason so many fell in love with Barca. To claim love for Barcelona without loving Messi would be madness, and vice versa. He arrived and gifted the world a Barca that was breathtakingly beautiful, terrifyingly dominant, and utterly irresistible. Trophies piled up, records shattered, until the day he left, and the Culers, with a bitter sting, realized just how much he meant to them. A small boy from Rosario, yet raised in the embrace of Catalonia. He called this place home, and it tore him apart to leave. The Culers felt the same. Any parent watching would understand that pain, the feeling of raising a child, nurturing them, only to one day watch them leave the nest in search of a new horizon. The Barcelona faithful wept. They wept for Messi, for a golden era lost, for a club that once stood atop the footballing world. They wept for 21 years of a beautiful story now shattered. Yet, from those darkest of times, the resilience of Barcelona shone through. The very spirit of this club is defined by unwavering determination. Who better to symbolize that than Eric Abidal? In 2011, he was diagnosed with liver cancer, but cancer could not defeat him. Just 3 months later, he returned, defying the odds, and lifted the Champions League trophy at Wembley, a moment forever etched in Barca folklore. Culers still remember 2003, a season without silverware, a club drowning in financial turmoil. And yet, just 2 years later, under Frank Rijkaard, Barca climbed back to the summit of Europe. Barcelona's strength may rise and fall, but one thing remains unchanged: the battles with Real Madrid. El Clásico is never just a game. It is a war of identity. On one side, the sons of La Masia, nurtured by Barca's philosophy. On the other, the Galacticos, the most expensive superstars money can buy. Every meeting is a fight for pride, a battle where Barca players give their all, knowing that a win over Madrid means more than just 3 points. Even now, I dare say that many Culers still have that iconic image as their phone wallpaper. The moment when Messi, in the heart of the Santiago Bernabeu, raised his jersey toward the Madridistas. That single act has become an everlasting symbol of El Clásico, a memory that will live on whenever the greatest rivalry in football is mentioned. And it is through these moments, seemingly simple yet deeply emotional, that Barcelona etches itself even deeper into the hearts of its fans. The human heart is a strange thing. It makes us weak, yet it blinds us to reason. It is where raw emotions live, where love and hate exist in their purest form. Some things remain imprinted in time, and this time we allow ourselves to be blinded. Blinded by the love of our lives, Barcelona. I once stumbled upon a comment from a Barcelona fan on a forum, something beautifully poetic. To love is to endure, to believe, even in the darkest nights. And that is why we love Barcelona. Looking back at the club's glorious past brings joy. It reminds us why we fell in love with Barca in the first place. Yes, the present is difficult, financial struggles, years without major trophies, but one thing remains untouched: Barcelona's identity and fighting spirit. The golden era of Messi, Suarez and Iniesta has passed, but the wait for something new will not be long. A new wave is here. Yamal, Pedri, Kubasi, young blood carrying the promise of a bright future. Proof of that has already arrived. The recent Supercopa de España victory over Real Madrid. That trophy is more than silverware. It is the opening chapter of a new era for the Blaugrana. The future of Barcelona now rests on the shoulders of these young warriors. Where will this new wave take the club? No one knows for sure. But Barca, fear not. Behind you, unwavering as ever, are the Culers.
Truy cập kênh
Hearts
YouTube
burning
Bình luận
in
Việt Anh Quân,
Blaugrana
nhấn
flames.
tham gia để trở thành hội viên.
Soon the
Tận
club will
hưởng những
return
đặc
to
quyền
its
cho
cathedral,
membership.
the Camp
Bạn sẽ
Nou,
được thưởng
after
thức những
years
clip
of
độc quyền
renovation.
và những món quà chưa từng
And when
có
the
từ Bình
anthem
luận Việt Anh
of
Quân.
Barca, Barca, Barca roars once more, it will shatter the clouds that have loomed over Barcelona for too long. The day the giant awakens is near, and when it does, the hearts of Culers will rejoice once more. Culers and Barcelona, proof that loyalty still exists in this modern world. A love forged in both triumph and hardship. Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate your time and support. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content. Your support helps us keep creating. We look forward to bringing you even more videos soon. See you in the next one. Love.